Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. I'm going to kick it off by playing a little video for you guys.
Closer to the top. Yeah.
There we go.
250 years ago today, a small band of men gathered in Philadelphia and declared war on the most powerful empire on the earth. They pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to the cause of their posterity. Many of them would lose everything in the revolution. Their homes burned, their land ransacked, every last pound and shilling to their name poured into the patriot struggle. Some would die as paupers. But that was a price that each and every one of them was willing to pay. A price they were willing to pay for us, for me, and for you. Because they understood something that free men have always known, that there are things more precious than wealth, more valuable than safety, that there are great causes more important than even life itself. The men who signed the Declaration were writing a new chapter in the story of an ancient civilization. They were heirs to the English tradition of common law and liberty, to the Christian moral imagination, to the Roman idea of republican virtue, to the whole expanse of the Western memory, stretching from Athens and Rome to the Magna Carta, to Jamestown and Plymouth Rock. Our founders knew that liberty was not an abstraction floating above history. They knew that parchment promises alone could not make a nation free. The Soviet Union's constitution promised freedoms it never intended to honor. Many failed states and tyrannical regimes have borrowed the words of rights and liberties. But a constitution is only as strong as the people it belongs to. America has never been merely a proposition. It has always been a real and living civilization, a unique and distinctive people, like any other nation or people in the history of the world. America is an exceptional nation because Americans are an exceptional people. We are a people born on the edge of the known world. We are a frontier nation. Liftoff, we have a liftoff. The hardy pioneers on the Oregon Trail, the astronauts ascending the limits of Earth itself. America made the frontier a principle of national life. The men who built our country were heroes, among the greatest and most noble that the world has ever seen. This is the greatest nation on earth. That has been true for 250 years. And with God's grace, it will be true for the next 250 as well.
Can I ask the first question?
Yes.
Anybody knows who's speaking?
Tell us.
Nasser? Marco Rubio. You're gonna hear the video again. It's a brand new video that they released 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
It's such a powerful message. I think that we all go through this section of US history when we're in elementary school, right? If you grew up here in the United States, we go through this whole section where you learn about the Declaration of Independence and everything that happened. And, of course, gaining independence from another great, great, great country that literally ruled the world for so many years. And that video for me just puts everything into perspective over the last 250 years. Think about it. We may never get to celebrate something like this again in our lifetimes. Something so strong and so powerful to say that we've been around for so long. It's honestly pretty amazing to think about that this country has been built in only 250 years. Think about that. Like really in the grand scheme of this earth and where everyone was put that into perspective. But think about the people who gave up their lives that no one will ever know or celebrate. No one will ever know the sacrifices they had for us to gain the independence that we have today, to go to the grocery store, to have a laptop, to have the lives that we lead, the comforts that we have, the independence that we have. So hopefully you guys all had a fun and celebratory 4th of July, but I hope that we also really sink deep the meaning of what it means to be a country for 250 years. All the people that helped us get today, that we have a moment of gratitude and celebration for those that we know about or maybe don't know about. Does anyone else have any comments or thoughts after watching that video? Meny, what are your thoughts after sharing it and watching it?
I think that as an immigrant, right, that came here about 20 years ago, especially the last year or so. Well, for me, it's a bit more than 1 year. There's a lot of tension, right? Global tension, etc., and different opinions and what have you. But I always ask my friends that are here, I ask, what are you? What's your background? Whatever background. But what are you first? An American. It's always an American this, American that. So I think we always have to be in the right mind that we're here because we choose to be here. And I think it's at times it might be easier to appreciate what we have and don't take it for granted if you came from different parts of the world or different circumstances. But we're so fortunate, and you said it well, it's only 250 years old, which compared to other past, great empires, it's like still like a baby country, but that might be too much. Think about the day to day, and I think celebrating independence is a daily thing. It's not like once a year or what have you, or once every 250 years. We pretty much work hard for it and fighting for it every single year. So I appreciate the day off, and I appreciate this country, and I think we need to celebrate pretty much who we are and be proud to be an American first.
Thank you. Yeah, did you want to comment? Thanks, Meny.
First of all, I do tend to take it for granted because I was born and raised here, right? I only know freedom. But I've traveled all over the world, and when people say, "Oh, you're from America, you're the babies," I'll make that comment. And but that's okay. Like, I learned from new agents. I learned from children and babies. Like, the millennials are starting to rule the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real here. But what I was reminded of last week in hearing that is that even though I may take my freedom for granted, I am reminded every day that I do have a freedom of choice, that I do have the freedom to, not just make choices in this country, but like make personal choices, as a woman, at just all these things that we have here that so many other countries do not have. And it's very apparent when you do get to have the privilege of traveling. And because we have freedom of choice, I have the privilege of traveling, and I have the privilege of choosing a career that I have flexibility and freedom in. And it's just pretty amazing. So it was hard for me not to cry during that, because it does touch my heart and reminds me how lucky we are.
Yeah.
How much we have to be grateful for.
We're all very lucky. Thank you. Well, round of applause for USA. I know. How are we doing in soccer, by the way? Soccer fans? Oh, sad.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
4 years from now.
Who did we lose to? I was gonna say, at least we could have like a good team we lost to, somebody who's like really strong. Anyways, thank you guys. Hopefully you had a good, thoughtful time and had some fun with your families. Glad to see you all safe in here. Okay, next up, hang on, let me click here, because the slides aren't going next.
That's a terrific video, by the way.
Huh?
It's a terrific video.
Yes, I know.
Has a few videos right now about the men who built America.
Oh, wow, that's great. I don't know why this is not clicking anymore. Hang on, let me.
Click on the screen. Sorry.
Yeah, I am. See, it's not clicking there. Let me make the video smaller. Sorry, guys, technical difficulty here. Meny, I don't know if you can help. It's weird. It's like not clicking on the clicker or by the side. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So to talk about something next. Next up, we have some celebrations for our birthdays for July. Thank you, Meny. I don't know why it wasn't clicking. So we do have some July babies. If your guys' birthday is in July, can you go ahead and just stand up if you're here in the room? Stand up. We have any July birthdays? No? Well, we have one. Where is she? Summer. Yeah, come on up here, Summer. Who else? Come on up here, Summer. Who else? Anyone else? Robin, go up here. Robin. No, come over here. Come up here. Come on, Robin. Great. Come on up here. You guys, happy birthday to our July people and our July birthday babies. Okay, so go ahead. We're going to sing happy birthday to them. Yes. Summer and Robin are going to represent all of our July birthdays. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear July babies. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Blow out that candle. And like we said, Summer's birthday. Dougie, you want to grab? Summer's birthday is on Saturday. We just want to love and recognize her. So we do have a little bit of flowers. I told her not to have too much fun, but have just enough fun. Anyway, so happy birthday, girly. Good. Yes. I know. Yeah, come here, Summer. Yeah, come here. Come up here. Come on up here with hold your beautiful flowers. Can you take a picture, Karen? I know, I see you right there. Here. You're doing it great. Come here. Come on, Dougie. Come in here. Come here. Doug. Okay, ready? Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I love how they're directing us.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Dougie,
love it. Come here, Dougie. Come on, Doug. Come here. Nice.
There we go.
Awesome. Thank you. We love our Summer.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday. Make sure you guys all stop and wish her a happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday. Speaking of celebrations, we get to celebrate somebody else. Come on up here, Kat. Catherine, since getting her license, has grown and grown and grown and grown. One of the fun things we got to celebrate her was this beautiful listing they just had not that long ago. Did you guys go see it on Broker Tour? It's gorgeous, beautiful, right on the water. Tell us a little bit more about your process. Like, what is it? Maybe a secret to success or something that you could share to help keep people motivated through those things.
I just keep my personal connections strong. I get most of my business through referrals and people I know already. So reminding them what I do and how I can help them. So yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm close with people.
Oh, congrats, Kat.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Excited to celebrate you. Come on over here a little closer. This is for you. We'll take a picture. Awesome. Thanks. And no kidding, that listing was so pretty. Summer and I both were like, we're ready to move in. We were like, we're quitting our jobs. Summer and I were like, we're going to be roommates. We're just going to share half the house. Like, so beautiful. So great. Congrats, Kat. That's phenomenal. Okay, cool. Meny, you shared Bold last week, right? You talked about Bold. Cool. We're going to get to have a special guest next week, who's David Jones, our actual instructor, who's going to come onto the Zoom and tell us a little bit more about Bold in a training. But just in case, to give you guys a little bit more of a flavor, remember this. Bold is one of the best trainings that you can invest in for yourself to grow your business, period. It is a great session full of accountability, full of like nuggets and scripts and all of those things, including all awesome camaraderie, because it's a really fun team environment. We're going to have a panel coming up in the next coming team meetings too, of people whose lives and businesses have been changed by Bold. Drake, how many times have you taken Bold?
7.
I'm Drake and I'm Bold 7 times, right? 7 times. The really awesome part is, even if you've taken Bold 7 times, if you've not taken this Bold and this training, it's something that you're going to miss out on a lot of changes that have happened. Bold has been completely rewritten by none other than Gary Keller. And this is going to be the time that we're going to hear a little bit more about it. Listen to the schedule. Again, David's going to join us at the next team meeting. If you guys have more questions about Bold, we're going to keep talking about it, but please come and talk to me or any of the leadership team. We'd love to get you there in the room. Okay? Great. Next, productivity coaching contest. You guys, we're having a contest for our productivity program. It's already kicked off. Some of you guys have turned in your points. Look, Heidi's already like cheering. Yeah. Some of you guys have turned in your points. So many of you did not turn in your points. I guarantee you, if you're a mentee in the program and you've done at least one of those things, the accountability of turning your points every week is going to help you and your business. So, just to recap, every single week, you're going to fill out this Google form. You all have been split into teams and you have team captains, and we're going to hear them cheer probably in just a minute when we announce the rankings. But all of them are going to be someone that's going to help provide you sources and updates and things like that, right? If you're not sure who your team captain is, how to fill out the form, the things that you get points for, please come talk to me after the team meeting. I'd love to help you navigate, or again, talk to any of your captains who can help you as well. So just a reminder, every week you turn in those points. Summer's going to be totaling them on Monday at noon, so make sure you turn them in for that prior week, no later than Monday. So let's see an update of the standings. Here we go. In third place, we have our Sunshine Hustlers in third place. Okay, you got this. Second place, our Momentum Makers. And first place, our West Coast winners. We're going to put it on next week, but I think Brandy had a pretty loud cheer in the back. I think so, right? So, anyways, you guys have anything to say to your teams? Motivating teams. Yeah. Yeah.
Shadow me, you get credit.
Oh, that's great. Good points. Thank you, Heidi and Robin and Jen. Okay, Drake, any comments for your team? It's coming. Turn in your points, right? Brandy, what's your secret? You guys always crush all the competitions. What's your secret?
I should add, she has a picture of Drake. Yeah, that's what it is.
So, like I said, not many of you guys turned in your points in the sense of like overall how many of you guys that I know is working. So these standings can easily be, changed. Remember, there's two big prizes, one for the teams and then also for individuals. So even if your team is not in first place, that's okay. You can still win cash prizes for being in first, second, or third. So let us know again if you're not sure how to do it or how to report. More than happy to walk through it with you. So without further ado, let's bring up our termite sponsor. Come on up here. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah.
Hello. So I'm Andre with the Termite Guy. I am actually a termite inspector. I do marketing on the side, so you guys can pick my brain on any future termite inspection or anything that pops up. Save my number. I think I gave you my majority of my business card. But who are we? I'm working with the Termite Guy with family-owned business since 1997. We're locally in Santa Ana. We have another office in Ventura. So if you guys need a termite inspection running from San Diego all the way to Ventura, I could help you. Yeah, just same company, same everything. In regards to us, we do carry 3 licenses. We have our termite and pest control license. So we do rodent and all that stuff in this area. We have general contractor license, so we go in and we can do any type of woodwork you need. We do prime and paint all our wood when we butt it up. So say if your buyer comes up and we just do all the work, if they could provide the exterior paint, we'll take care of all the same work. And we do have a roofing license, and this is a big thing for us termite people because a lot of times we do tenting, things crack on tiled roofs, and who's going to pay the bill? So half the time the buyer has to pay the tile or get a roofer out there. We normally come back right after the fumigation and replace the tile right back. Change it around. So how our transactions start and close? You could call us, or you could text me direct, and I could schedule an inspection with myself. We do thorough inspections. We do give out 24-hour turnaround reports. I'm pretty good at 24 hours. I mean, if I do the inspection on Monday, by Tuesday morning. And then after the turnaround, so you call, we do treatment or repair. We, like I said, we do roof work. So if you have any houses that need roof, I take a look at it and then offering under the roof. We do off damage, and we do have protection programs, meaning that once we tint your house, we give you a 5-year warranty. So anything happens in 5 years for any type of termites, we're probably the only one in the industry. So give us a call and we'll kind of take care of it under the warranty itself. So what does this means to your clients? We have faster closings, fewer surprises. So it's just kind of a one-stop shop. And then we have one relationship, not three. So if you say my number, I could take care of you on pest control, roofing, and termite. So one-stop shop. And like I said, we've been in existence since 1997. So we're kind of a local leader in this industry. Any questions, guys?
How much is a termite report?
It's usually free on Keller Williams. I don't charge you guys. So anything I do charge if you guys need a clearance. And normally you see those on condos. When I go in, I don't find anything. We charge 125, but that gives you a 1-year warranty. So any termites comes up, we come back and take care of it under the warranty. So say my direct phone number. You could call the office, but I think it's best you just text me direct. I usually turn a quick turnaround on my text messages.
Awesome. Sticking around.
It's always good to see Andy. She is sponsored quite often at our South Bay office. So a lot of agents are reaching out and using him as a resource, and he's a great guy. So definitely keep his number and connect. So thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. And he's going to stick around too. If you guys have more questions about his services or clients or specific scenario you want to run by.
Yeah, I'll be in the back, so
I'm
feel free to talk to me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, so let's celebrate our closings we had from this last week. So we have Jasmine, Brandy, Live Distinctively, Robin Huerta, Emil team, Debbie and Rob Feldman, and Amanda. What does that equal? A solid $4,676,500 in closed sales volume. Solid weeks considering it was just short week too. It was good. I know summer's been real busy today catching up on all of those closings. So let's take a look at our new listings. We have Michelle Harding is a beautiful listing out in Lake Arrowhead. It's listed for $495, 3-bed, 2-bath. Allison has a listing in Bonberry in Lakewood listed for $880, and it's a 3-bed, 2-bath. Another listing on Stanbridge in Long Beach, it's listed for $1.295. It's a 4-bed, 2-bath. Heidi, you want to talk about this one?
Heidi from the Heidi and Leslie Real Estate Team. We have a beautiful updated listing on California Street in Long Beach in Bixby Knolls. We actually sold this in February to an amazing investment group that remodeled the house, and we had an agreement with them that we would relist it with them. So it's really been a really fun ride watching them take almost original. The family that owned it before had it for like 40 years, and it was built in 38. And they remodeled this to its pretty much original character. It's just so charming. The wallpaper, I mean, they just did such a great job. You have to come see it. We do have 2 solid offers right now. We have a 3rd one coming in. So if you do have a client that is interested, I say see it by tomorrow morning at least. Our seller is going to counter every offer that we get, but we probably will be in escrow by Thursday.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Solid. Great work. I'm just curious with that investor, is it someone you guys have worked with before?
You know, we hadn't worked with them before, but they own they're called Legacy Estates. They oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking. What's it called? They do estate sales. So with them doing the estate sale, then they came and asked our seller if they would be willing to accept an offer. So they have their own team. They actually have their own real estate team, but
Cool.
we negotiated
Yeah.
and got the listing from them.
It's good to have those relationships in your pocket,
Mhm.
right? Like,
Mhm.
how many of you guys have gotten a text in the last 7 days from someone who says they're looking to invest or buy a property off market?
Always.
Right. Always, always. I always coach this: respond back to them. Your reaction is to ignore, delete, report spam, etc. Reply back to them. Ask them these 5 key questions. 1, where do you buy? 2, how quickly do you buy?
3, what types of property you're looking for. 4, can you give me any agent referrals from anyone you've worked with before? 5, can I stay in contact with you about anything that might come up? That's it. See how they respond. Then keep a great list of these people that actually fulfill all of your 5 needs or your 5 questions that you think are legitimate. So when you guys go on these listings and you say things like, hey, your competitors might say, hey, I can get you an all cash offer in 24 hours or less. Have you guys heard this from your competitors? Guess what? You guys can do the same darn thing. That's what's exciting. So keep that list of people. Don't just ignore them, but push back on them and find out who the qualified ones are and keep a good relationship with them.
And Dad's not here, probably on her birthday celebration week or whatever, but she had such a great idea. Not only do you converse with these investors, but you save them in your phone under investors. So when you go to have something like this where it needs updating, you contact all of them and you do an open house just for the investors.
Yeah.
You invite them to a preview for just them and you give them like 24 hours to send in their offers. Yep. And it's such a great idea.
100%.
It's such a great idea. We never even listed this house before. We were the listing agents. It never went on the market. We had 4 offers. We hadn't even had the estate sale yet. And we had 4 offers.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
That's the kind of,
Thank you. Great feedback. Again, ask him those 5 questions. Nasser, you want to talk about your property? Here you go, Dougie.
Hi everyone, Nasser Sharif. I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Co-op is a cash only, is in Laguna Woods, is a beautiful property, is a Cordoba style, has just 1 wall that is sharing with neighbors and is a great opportunity. 598. If you have buyers, please let me know. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Nasser. All right, Miss Brand, do you want to talk about your lease?
Sure. So this is an ADU, converted garage, fully permitted by the city. It is available. There is a lockbox. Turnkey. 1,800 is actually pretty reasonable. So if you're anybody looking for a lease and want to be close to everything, this would be your listing.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandy.
Thank you.
Congrats. Okay, Drakey, want to talk about your lease?
Nadia's on Zoom. She can. My phone blew up when we put this on the MLS. This was actually supposed to be a sale, but then they decided at the last minute to lease it. So it's leased. We already have probably close to 20 applications on it. It was great. I actually held it open for 2 hours just to let people in that inquiry. So even if you, so I'm going to admit something. I've been licensed for 26 years. This is the first lease I've ever done. So that was it. Yeah. Yeah, it's gone. Sorry.
Well, congrats, Drake, on all your success. Congrats, Drake and Nadia. Seems like it went quickly. It makes sense. The rental market's really strong right now for a lot of places and people. All right, opening up to the room. Listings to pitch. Buyer needs. Jeremy, yes. You go first. Make sure you say your first and last name, guys, for the Zoom. They can't see.
They need a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house, Bellflower School District, around 900K, single family home. Second buyer need, I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo around the Heights area with and air conditioning, HOA around 500 or less.
Okay, thanks, Jeremy. Make sure you give your needs and pitches to Dougie and he'll put them in the email. Thanks, Jeremy. Who else? Listings to pitch, buyer needs. Yes.
Worked out today.
Oh, it's great.
Get your I'm Heidi with the Heidi and Leslie Real Estate Team, and we have a buyer who's looking for a 3-bedroom home in the Lakewood, Long Beach area. They prefer Lakewood, but that teetering little, area in Long Beach is good as well. 900 is really their max. So I know they go fast, but if you know of anything, let us know. They can fix things up, but they don't want a total fixer. But of course, they would love it to be totally done too. But they're in the industry where they can do some stuff. So so there's that. And then we have a listing coming up this weekend. It's going to go on Zillow Preview first on Friday. We're going to try that out. I'm super excited. And it's at 3904 California Street. So it's across the street from our other listing. It is 3 bedrooms. I think I said 4 last week. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, a very large square foot lot, almost 7,000 square foot lot. It's mid-modern century, was built in 54. It's so cute. It's 1 story. And I mean, the whole layout is beautiful. Large living room, large dining room, kitchen, large bedrooms, backyard is nice. It has the detached garage. So if you wanted to do an ADU back there, it would be wonderful. You could also build another one back there. Nice long driveway. It's been kept up impeccably, but it also has a lot of the original stuff. So if you moved in, you could do it yourself. It's all livable. Everything's working. Everything's wonderful. So we're listing it at $1.4 million. And if you know of anyone that wants to see it earlier than later, give me a call.
Awesome. Congrats. Thank you. Who else? Listings to pitch, buyer needs. Dougie, you want to get them back there? Great.
Yes, I have a buyer, a young couple, pre-approved already, 3-bedroom, 2 bath, Tustin, North Tustin, or Costa Mesa, a single family home up to 1.4. Thank you so much.
Your name.
Nasser Sharif.
Thanks, Nasser. Yes, contact Nasser. Congrats.
Brandy Adair. I have a Westminster listing coming up that I'm also going to be putting on Zillow Preview on Friday. And it is in Indian Village, if you're familiar with the city, off of Shawnee. It's $1,088,888. We feng shuied it. So hopefully you guys have some buyers in that price range, and it should be a really nice one. It's got a pool with a slide and rocks. Gorgeous.
That's awesome. Congrats.
For you guys to see it.
Both of you guys mentioned Zillow Preview. Just as a reminder, you guys, that's a great benefit and resource if you have a listing that's coming up. When are you guys actually going to go live on the MLS? Monday. Perfect. Good. That's the rule of thumb, right? We know to make sure that we're following clear cooperation policy, that's how we want to make sure that those properties are listed. Thank you. The Zillow Preview. If you guys have more questions, come and chat with me afterwards. Anyone else? Listings to pitch, buyer needs? All right, without further ado, let's bring up our broker of record, Mr. Simon, who's going to talk about forms. Come on up here, Simon.
Right. Thank you much. Good afternoon. How's everyone? Good. Does everyone know how many forms there are on zip forms?
Ooh, I'm guessing 200 and something is a guess.
Wait. Okay.
Pure guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Pure guess.
So
Genuinely, I don't know.
Actually 250 forms, standard forms with the California Association of Realtors. 250 forms. Now, does all the real estate agents use all 250? The answer is no.
No.
Right? The common ones that we use on a regular basis is what? Purchase agreement, listing agreements, advisories, disclosures, leases, vacant lot, you name it, right? But there is a lot of other forms that are not utilized. One, because we don't know of them. One that I want to talk about today is the non-standard form advisory. Okay, it's a 1-page form. Most of you don't even know we had a non-standard form advisory. What is the purpose of this form, right? Now, all of us know that the forms were created to protect the agents and the brokerage. There's language in there that specifically navigates that ultimately the decisions is between the principals, right? The buyers, the sellers, right? But there's a lot of language in there that protects you as a real estate agent. and also protects the brokerage that you're under as well. This is why we push to utilize forms that are created by the California Association of Realtors. Now, the reason I'm bringing this this topic is because we deal with a lot of different type of forms that come in our way, right? Sometimes you deal with investors that have their own practical language or forms they want to use. We may have wholesalers, right? We may have language from attorneys that they want to incorporate or add to some of the documentation, okay? So what defines a non-standard form, right? Attorney addendums that are added, right? If you ever deal with probate documentations, right? There's a lot of other jargon and lingo that includes or is added to the standard forms. Wholesalers and assignment contracts, right? Some of these creative investors and flippers and wholesalers utilize language, but guess who it's protecting? Them, right? Not necessarily the seller and sometimes not necessarily the agents involved, right? Builders and developer forms as well, right? How many times have we been on the hold harmless agreement too, right? That are created by RERM or an attorney, right? So what this form really does, it really stamps the seal as a disclaimer and a disclosure on your part to the consumer, the buyer or the seller. Why this matters for agents, right? Non-standard forms may remove legal protection built into the standard car forms. Conflict directly with existing car forms creates significant financial or legal exposure to your clients as well. Your role as a real estate agent is to present all documents, right? As documents come your way, your job is to here are the documents that we're receiving, right? That is your fiduciary duty and responsibility, regardless if it's a standard form or a non-standard form, right? Advise the client to seek independent attorneys, right? We are not real estate attorneys, right? We don't practice law, okay? So we shouldn't be given any type of legal representation, right? We direct them to the appropriate people that will handle that, right? This is why we say, you know, this is something that I would truly ask you to maybe, you know, speak with an attorney, right? Or we can also utilize our risk management team as well, right? And we have attorneys on standby. You know, the essence of all of this
Yeah, you went back a couple of slides. You're
Okay,
pressing
sorry.
buttons.
Let's go.
That's okay. You're pressing buttons today.
Okay.
Don't blame it on the clicker. It was
Yeah,
being
it's-
on me earlier.
So what you must you do, right? Give legal. You must not give any legal advice or opinions on any documents, especially the ones that are not your traditional forms, right? And this is why I really truly like this document that is hardly ever used, right? But use this as an arsenal when there's additional documentation than your standard listing and disclosures and transfers, disclosures, right? Or your SPQ as an example, right? If there's any specific language that is not part of the California Association of Realtors, then I would emphasize use this as part of your advisory and disclosure. And what's so ironic about the form, I know it's hard to see right here, but on the bottom, it doesn't even have where it says by the buyer or the seller. It just left blank. Hold that down 1 second, right? But if you are representing the buyer, you're going to get the buyer to sign this. If you have a seller, you're going to have the seller sign this as layer of protection that you have acknowledged and also provided this as part of a documentation that allows the consumer to understand we're not here to give any legal advice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question.
What's the acronym?
The acronym is it's NSF. N is in Nancy, S is in Sam, F is in Frank. Okay. So the major red flags to watch for, right? Waivers of rights, automatic contingencies, right? I've seen many transactions that agents are putting, you're going to automatically release that as a part of the contingency. And now I'm only talking about residential. We're not talking about commercial, okay? This is just strictly residential. But automatic contingencies where they'll put language in there after 17 days, it automatically releases that specific contingency or all contingencies, right? So be careful and be mindful of that. Non-refundable deposit. How many times have you dealt with a counteroffer that has language about non-refundable, right? Or a specific form that says on these wholesalers, right? Stuff of that nature, right? Be very careful. Hold harmless language, right? A lot of the hold harmless agreement is protective. It's an umbrella, right, that protects all of us saying, hey, we agree to some type of settlement, and therefore you will not pursue this in any future claims. And then any identified clauses as well, right? So you got to be careful when any of these scenarios or circumstances come. Make sure that you utilize this. And by all means, please reach out to me if there's something that you're not 100% sure. We're here to help and support. So how does the non-standard form protect the brokerage, right? Document the standard. So obviously provide this form. Confirm that you're not giving any type of legal advice, right? And evidence of attorney referrals, right? That's the beautiful part of being such a large real estate office. We have, you know, the resources, but more so the attorneys that are ready to answer any legal advice for you or your clients. And also remember, as part of the California Association of Realtors, you also have access to their legal hotline as well, right? How many people are using the California Association of Realtors, right? You should be
The
calling.
legal hotline is a great resource, you
Yeah.
guys. It's a great one.
Absolutely, yes.
It's a good one.
So the best practice in closing out, right? Always do this, right? Deploy this as early as practical, right? As soon as the standard documentation that comes in that is not your traditional car form, make sure you're utilizing this form, right? Slow the transaction down if any risk is unclear, right? If there's uncertainty, please bring it to our attention. We're here to help and navigate this together. Document all concerns and advise in writing, and involve obviously the broker or the legal team when there's any doubts whatsoever. And never say these words, right? It's a standard form, right? I think we all are pretty educated that we know that if something doesn't look like a car form, we're probably going to ask a lot of questions regarding that, okay? Everybody signs is not the true statement, right? Before you have anyone sign anything, bring it to our attentions and get advice, right? Or direct them to their attorney, right? You know, this is something that I'm not too familiar. We're not knowledgeable with the language in there. It's not our job to also educate them, right? It's for them to research and ultimately get legal advice, okay? Bottom line, no standard form changes the risk profile of the entire transaction. Your job is not to practice law. Your job is to identify risk at the end of the day. Yes.
Okay, so this is a common question that I get. Some brokerages use non-standard car forms,
Right.
so they will make up their own forms. And then we receive those forms as another party of the transaction, right? Either as representing a buyer or a seller. So if that's the case, and it's not us necessarily using the non-standard form, but our client receives it from the other side, would this document apply? Would we want to have our client sign it, or how would you like us to handle that situation?
Yeah, very good question. So as Helly was saying, if you get a document that is not the standard car form, this is the form that populates that you need, which is the NSFF form, right? It talks about the transaction document. It talks about the advantage of the standard form. It also talks about the non-standard form, but it also talks about on paragraph number 4, broker advice as well, okay? So when you do happen to get a documentation, first thing is you need to populate this form, bring it to our attention, send it to me so we can get a second view on it and determine what best practice and avenue to navigate it, right? At the same time, if the consumer has their attorney, let the attorney review it, you know, and get the blessing from the attorney. That's perfectly fine. That's the beautiful thing of the transactions is it's not just us. Our job is just to sell the real estate, not the complexity and the legal jargon that sometimes real estate can be hard and complicated as well. So to answer your question, Hallie, yeah, absolutely. Use this form, bring it to our attentions before navigating or moving forward. Yes.
This might be a silly question.
Yeah.
But what if you're a new person and you've never gone through a transaction before, so you wouldn't know
Yeah.
You've received something that's non-standard.
Well, if that's the case, obviously you should have a mentor. The mentor should be on top of it, making sure that everything is in alignment and that, in compliance as well.
Also, every car form will have that
Yeah.
logo at the very top.
Right.
Every car form will have that logo at the very top.
Yeah.
If it does not, more than likely it's a non-standard form, and that's where you would ask Simon or myself or your mentor, of course. Yes, good question. Good question.
Yeah. Mostly if you are new, obviously you'll have a mentor or the PC program, right? They're going to guide you through the initial process, right? And then anything that doesn't look standard, bring it to our attention. But to answer what Hallie was saying, yeah, all of the car forms are stamped on the very top. Okay, it's an official document straight from the California Association of Realtors.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is awesome. Great question.
Who else? Anyone?
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Just a comment.
Yeah.
Another form that they always throw in that's a non-standard form is the roof. So
Oh.
it's always the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Not liable for any roof.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I think it should be part of standard practice. And again, not that it's a necessary form, because sometimes the transactions just involve this, the California Association of Realtors. So there's really no need for it. But on those very unique, maybe difficult transaction, bring it to our attention, utilize this form as part of your member services. And this is a disclaimer and a disclosure that protects you as well, that, hey, you're providing everything to the buyer and the seller, but at the end, it's always recommended that they speak with their legal, or at least speak with our risk management team. Okay.
Great.
Any other questions? All right, team. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Simon. All right, next up, we have our affiliate partners. Mike, why don't you come on up here?
All right. Hello, everyone. Interest rates are still just buzzing around the low sixes. Nice, comfortable range for most people to afford compared to the last couple years. So we're very happy that interest rates have come down. On a side note, a lot of your clients may or may not be in the same position as a lot of people in the US right now, which is a little bit short on cash. And there's just been a lot of financial strain for the average household. And I just want you to know that the lending industry sees how much equity is in everyone's homes right now. And they see and are finally understanding the challenges that are going on with the average consumer credit situation. And there are a lot of very unique creative products right now to be able to access the equity in your home with very lax guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there that say, oh, this sounds like subprime and this is just heading us back to 2008. Well, guess what? Sit down with me and say, hey, would you like to go over some data and charts? Because I will just show you so much data and charts that will show you just how strong the US housing stock is right now, and that there's a ridiculous amount of equity in everybody's homes. They've just unfortunately gone through some financially challenging times. In case you haven't heard or don't know what I'm talking about, we had inflation over the last few years that has really put a strain on a lot of people. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because you talk with homeowners on a regular basis. And if someone is concerned about their financial situation, or they talk about how, I'm thinking about selling, but I just need to look at all my options because I love my low interest rate. What can I do about accessing that home equity to be able to just provide myself some relief? Send them over, please, because I promise you, finally, as of really even just the last 6 months, there's been several new products that have hit the market that have allowed us to tap into equity for people with very low credit scores. I even have, if someone is like at the end of their rope, because I'm sorry, but a lot of people wait until they're at the end of their rope to give me a call. And that's okay. Everybody, makes choices to make the call at different points in time. Understand that the moment they start feeling some challenges or they get behind on their monthly payments, that's the first moment that you should send them over to me. But that doesn't always happen. And I understand a lot of people think that they can still make ends meet, and sometimes they miss a payment. That happens. It's okay. There are some really amazing products that will still get people into a much better position on much more stable ground, even if they've had recent late payments, even if they've had recent late payments on their mortgage, even if their credit score is down to 520, even if they just are struggling to make ends meet, and even if they've had what's called a notice of default on their mortgage. I know that sounds wild, but really, if you look at the data, the lenders understand that it's a challenging time, but they also understand that the vast majority of wealth right now is with homeowners and the equity that is not really doing anything for them to relieve their situation of the high credit card interests. So just please know that the clients that you're having conversations with right now, generally speaking, a lot of them across the board are having challenging times. And I know you're having those conversations. I know like the more experienced agents in the room, I see you all like locking eyes with me and you're nodding your heads because I know you've had these conversations with people. And so let them know that I'm happy to talk through a strategy with them to see what I can do about helping relieve their financial burdens. Because at the end of the day, we're not just here to sell people's homes or help people buy new homes. We're here to help people grow generational wealth through the ownership of real estate. And if someone has worked so hard to be able to own real estate over the past, or obtain real estate really over the past 10 years, and they got a lot of equity, this is somewhat of their reward to be able to kind of bail them out of a bad consumer debt situation. So we're here to be advisors. We're here to help people, provide options to them, because it's a challenging time across the board economically. And there's a lot of products and a lot of great ways that we can help serve the people in our community who are going through challenging times. So please let me know if you run across anybody with that. But then all the people who are excited to get into creating generational wealth through the ownership of real estate. Interest rates are still looking pretty great. So get them started now.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. All right, Sarah with Pacific Coastline Escrow still in the back. Okay, great. Let's bring up our title people. Great. What do you have for us, ladies?
Hello, everybody.
Everyone. Caitlin Stearns with Fidelity.
Before we start on that, I just want to say, comment on what Mike was talking about. We get calls from lenders a lot too, and refinances. And we hear this happening, and we see this happening with doing some refinances for cash out to pay off some other debt. So just stay in front of all of your people and help everyone that needs it. And I loved that whole conversation and everything you spoke about, because we're seeing it on a regular basis as well. So
Generational.
yeah, exactly. Take advantage of that. So we handed out a couple things. Pre-sale inspection reports. We wanted to remind you when you're in a transaction to see if that city does require a pre-sale inspection report or some other information. And remind you as well that Los Angeles, there's different communities in LA County that fall under the city of Los Angeles and their rules. So if you ever have a question on, is this LA City or is it its own city, please reach out. We can always answer that very, very quickly for you, or look at the legal description of that property, because it will say in the city of Los Angeles. Wilmington, San Pedro, different areas like that come to mind around us. Also, we have a correction, Compton. Thank you, Brandy. We have a new flyer coming out. We'll email you an updated one, but Compton, the price is $129.
Yes.
$129. So you can mark it down on here, but we will also send you a new flyer. So thank you, Brandy, for bringing that to our attention. And just always ask us. We're happy to help. However, if you have questions on this, and direct you in the right place. But it's a good thing to keep in mind, and do it early on. We have had an issues before where it's not, like in LA, if you're not getting that report done in time and they didn't realize it was LA, and then everyone's trying to scramble at closing because we have to hold up closing because the report's not done. So just keep this in mind and let us know.
Yeah, it definitely can delay some closings, hold files up. Cities won't allow things to close, on those city requirements. So we've got that. Again, with Mike talking about, there's been this thing called inflation and things going on. I wanted to bring some good news on saving money. Whoop! Anyways, you guys, with Fidelity National Title, because we are a Fortune 500 company, we get a lot of type of savings, discounts, and things to that for our employees. But we are also able to extend this benefit to all of you. So I highly encourage you guys to take advantage of this. It's our EC purchasing. And how many here people in the room use a cell phone? Wow, there's no hands. You guys are come on. Is this the problem here? No, I'm just joking. No, anyways, just a little bit on this. Even on the mobile devices like AT&T, Verizon, you'll save 20% on your phone bill. So I don't know who doesn't want to save money. I think everyone is looking for ways to find ways to save money. So sign up for the EC purchasing. There's a lot of other cost savings things there on hotels, you guys, office equipment, overnight for like 60% off on different things. Like they're really good savings. So just all you got to do is sign up, okay? We just want to help you save money so that you could put more into your marketing and just sell those listings.
Good job.
Thank
you.
Hey, you guys.
Thank you
Have a
very
good-
much.
Thank you for everything.
All righty. Of course, you guys reach out to Meny HD, Lena, our partner. Okay, cool. I saw him come out of his. I was gonna come knock on your door. That's how
Always
prepared
lurking.
I was.
Yeah.
For
Always
Put
lurking.
that on. There you go.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Best part of Tuesday is this office meeting here. So it's good to see all of you. So I need you to write this down. July 17th. It's a week from Friday, 9 a.m. Our company, Amplify AI Nexus Coaching, is going to be hosting what I'm going to call a mid-year review second half game plan. It is a 90-minute webinar, where you will finish that 90 minutes with a second half AI generated game plan customized to you. You will actually do it in the webinar. We are going to see our co-partner, Marcus Green, explain what it is in a 90-second video. Let's roll that, and it'll answer all your questions.
Oh, sorry. Let me go back and hit play.
Yes, it's true, half the year is over, but it is game time right now. That's why I want to invite you to a 90-minute workshop that I'm holding on July 17th called The Second Half. This is focused on how to execute for the remainder of the year. Now, I've built an AI tool that we're going to be working with throughout that 90 minutes to identify a couple key things in your business. Number one is we're going to talk about where you're at in relation to your goals that you set in January of this year. More importantly, we're going to identify the execution barriers, the things that stood in your way of executing the way you wanted to up to this point, so we can get those out of the way. We're going to identify what is the number one skill that you need to improve in your business right now to make things move forward for the rest of the year. And then we're going to identify what is the number one project that we need to get taken care of inside of your business that is going to act as ultimate leverage, making things easier for you moving forward. Lastly, we're going to double down on identifying what is your unique zone of genius, the thing that makes you special, the thing that your clients love about you. That is the fuel that we're going to throw on top of this fire that we're going to create together. Ultimately, what we'll do is the AI tool will organize all of that information and put it into a very succinct field guided game plan for you by the end of the 90 minutes. You're not going to want to miss this. The good news is it is completely free. We cannot wait to see you there. So here's what I want you to do. Scan the QR code now, sign up. I cannot wait to see you there. I promise it's going to be worth it.
Okay, so listen to this. We're going to identify your execution barrier. That's what's been getting in the way for the previous 6 months. We're going to get rid of that in the upcoming 6 months. Identify the skill that you most need to refine. Execute on a singular point of opportunity focus, and that unique genius piece will all come from the AI. So get registered. The seating will be limited. This is the second day we're promoting this. So please get on it. I sent it to Meny to get out to the rest of the offices. We're here to help you have a great year and finish strong. Fritz Pollard, Amplify Nexus Coaching. Love you all. Take care.
Oh, thanks, Fritzy. Thank you. All right, so friendly reminder, 5 more days till the DocuSign sundown. If you guys are using a KW DocuSign account, remember we are switching now to Authentisign, which is very easy to set up. You guys, I cannot even express that enough because Doug is willing to walk through it with you. during one of his trainings and upcoming workshops. So make sure you guys tune in and attend those. Again, that's happening in 5 days. You need to download your old envelopes and your old forms if that's what you have, and we can help you do all that, and Doug can help walk you through it, including setting up your new AuthentiSign account. If none of this applies to you and you don't use it, then that's just fine and just ignore, right? Otherwise, just make sure you guys are prepared for that in just a couple days. Smart CMAs in half the time with Heidi Bailey is happening on Zoom tonight from 4:30 to 5:30. We have Doug Thompson talking about reading prelims and key red flags coming up here on Wednesday from 10 to 11. And then Brandy's going to talk about how to win negotiations from 11 to 12 in person and on Zoom here at the office. Great day of training. This Saturday, we have some hands-on training happening. Nina, you want to talk about this? Nina and Heidi, or yeah, Nina, why don't you come on? Yeah, Nina's here.
She's the one lending the property.
Great. What are you guys going to do?
We're actually going to do an on-site training at a property that Heidi is listing, the one in California Avenue, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm very excited because what we're actually going to do, if you register, is that we're going to create the packet. Well, not create, but print out the Avid packet so that you can see it. You can work on it in person. We can go over what verbiage not to use so you don't get sued later on. And, you know, and Heidi also has the ability to teach you how to do it online with an app called Glide, which I think is great. But those of you that are not tech savvy, we're going to have those packets printed so that we can still practice some on site. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and if you don't know what an Avid is, it's an agent visual inspection that's mandatory for any transaction, whether you're the listing agent, the selling agent, the buyer's agent. And I'm actually going to do my Avid that morning for that listing. So you're going to get it live and hands-on.
That's great. You know, you guys, that's one of the biggest, actually, Simon's like shaking his head. It's one of the biggest forms that we actually receive questions on. Do you know why? Does anyone want to guess?
I think one of the common questions that we get is, what if there's nothing to note? What do I
Yeah, sure. Yeah, nothing to know. But you know why people have such a hard time about it? Because it's a bunch of blank lines that you arbitrarily have to fill with information, right? So if you're not sure what to do when there's nothing to note, if you're not sure how to note something that looks like a water stain that was on the wall, make sure you guys go to this session in class. Heidi has been very experienced. Same thing with Nina, and they're going to share again the do's and don'ts. So go to that listing on Saturday. Again, sign up for the class. Let us know you're coming. Lastly, our KW short sale course is happening here at the Market Center after the team meeting next week on the 14th, where Kat is coming over from South Bay. She's great, good energy, right, Simon? Kat's an amazing agent, very, very solid. Has been doing this for many, many, many years to learn more about this book of business and how to share and truly nurture what this is. It's great.
Make sure to attend.
Yeah.
Something that you will not miss.
Great. Next team meeting, stay a little late for that. Lastly, our KW Luxury Experience. If you're a luxury agent you'd like to attend, let me know. That's up in Santa Barbara. There are limited seats to that. And of course, we have Mega Camp that's coming up in the next month as well. Okay? Thanks, guys, for a great meeting. Have a good rest of your day. Nice, Kyle.
Oh, Holly, you know I need you to go back to my win. When you go back to that. I didn't want them to know.
Your guys' turn to have the most people turn stuff in, for sure. Good for you.
And then they started like, they did like, you know, but I want to.
Get to know them. And then it's just that this won't be a surprise. Yeah. At all.
Well, so like we can see what happened. So now that we know we're alive.
The only way for that would be. Let me think about it. Let me think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me think. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Sure, yeah, let me think about the easiest way to share that. Yeah. And again, I always like the surprise later. And then it's so funny to like stuff. Like I turned my name and I asked because I saw that it was meant to. Well, you would have totally would have. I know. That's why we're. That's all of you guys. I mean, all of you guys. But I know. I'll leave it in just to be. I know. That's why I'm like, you can't do that. But yeah, we didn't have it. No, it's a Friday contest of this. I know. That's what you should do.